Hey Emily, welcome back.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing alright.
Good.
So last time we got into a little bit of communication. How's that going for you?
It's going pretty good. I'd say with my parents it's like getting better slowly, but just recently I've kind of like broken it off with a guy I've been dating for like 2 years, and I feel like that communication is really bad.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Pretty much like I didn't have like good expectations for him, and I didn't stick by what I believed in and what I knew I deserved, and so I wasn't good at communicating with him like what I wanted, and he's not good at communicating, how he sees the relationship and stuff, so it was always kind of like a gray area, and the communication, not communicating well, just like hurt us and hurt our relationship. And so, I mean, I broke it off, but, I hope I can, like, learn from that.
Okay. Do you mind if I take notes?
No?
Okay. Well, this session I'd like to focus on goal setting. So, can you mention any goals that you think that you need to accomplish communicating with this guy and with your parents?
I think when something happens, like the first time it happens, like being able to talk about it then instead of like letting stuff build up. I think that should be like a goal. Like when it happens, I address it and I don't wait and then, blow up. Definitely with both my parents and this guy. And something else could probably be making sure I look out like for what's best for me instead of always trying to like please other people. Like when I communicate, be like, I want these things, or I feel like this should happen, instead of like we and stuff, thinking about the other person.
Okay, and what is a way that you could, how could you accomplish that goal of focusing on yourself rather than other people?
Probably like thinking, like before I talk to the person, like already knowing what I want to say, like being able to like maybe write some stuff down and know like I need to address these certain issues and like stick by them. And also like using words like I and that kind of thing in the conversation.
Good, that's a good start. What is a way that you can talk about your feelings right then and there instead of letting it build up? Like would you, because you don't want to irrationally speak out and regret something that you're going to say, so how could you productively talk about your feelings without hurting yourself or that person?
I think just the tone in which I talk about it, and like how I say things. And I think it'll help if I like start making it like something happens and then I'm just like, okay, wait, like I feel like you shouldn't have said that, or like I feel like you're not being honest with me about something, instead of like, I said waiting for it to happen, or like waiting a long time to address it. So I don't know. I think just growing confidence, like being confident that like the person's not going to get mad at me for what I say to them. Like they just understand that I want to help the situation, not like make it worse.
Good. Something you could do, a suggestion that I have is when someone says something that you don't like, you could pause for a second. It may be, silly at first, but you could pause and think about what you're going to say before you say it. So that way you know, like, you're confident in what you have to say because you already know what you're going to say. So that is, I think that's good. You should talk now instead of waiting until it builds up, and focus more on yourself, because ultimately you have to love yourself before you can love others. Today I want to focus on a behavioral strategy where we'll do some role playing. So it seems like you don't have a good relationship with this guy. What's his name?
Andre.
Okay. So I will be Andre,
Okay.
and then you can tell me what you either have not told him, or something that you should have said, or something you still want to say to him. Okay? So
Okay.
pretend like I'm Andre.
Okay. I feel like, you know, you knew, like, how nice I was. You knew how, you know, forgiving of a person I am, and I think you used that to your advantage, and when you did dishonest things and didn't tell me about it, and, you know, you cheated on me, and you kind of have drug me along for 2 years. Like, I think that you have taken advantage of how nice I am and how much, you know, I care about you, and now you've used that against me, and, you know, I'm not getting what I deserve out of a relationship, and I feel like you should have done more, and I think that you didn't show me enough how much you appreciated me, and, like, I wish I would have told you that a long time ago, and maybe we wouldn't be in this position, and maybe I could have, like, stood up for myself more, and maybe you would have, like, wanted to be in a relationship with me, and not cheated on me and not run around and stuff. So,
Well, what do you want from a relationship?
I mean, I want to be dedicated to somebody. Like, I want to know that I can trust you and that we're building trust, because if you're not in a relationship with somebody and you're not, you know, committed in a relationship, like, you're not going towards anything. So I feel like we haven't been going towards something. Like, we've just been in limbo, and, like, we technically can do whatever we want to do. Like, we're single, but we both care about each other. It's just, like, not fair for both of us. Like, I want to be in a relationship with you, and I think that it's immature of you to say that you don't think that that's necessary.
But what would change? I mean, we're committed to each other now.
I think you just don't understand that it means something to me that people know that we're together, or that you tell your parents that you have a girlfriend, and not just like a friend, not just like a girl that's your friend, a close friend. Like, it's different. When you're in a relationship with somebody and I'm your girlfriend, you go in a direction, like, not saying we're going to get married one day, but, like, you go towards a direction to, like, becoming closer and, like, trust. So it's going to change because I'm going to be more dedicated to you. Right now, I don't want to, like, drop all my walls and do everything for you and, you know, not talk to other guys or whatever, because I don't know what we are, like, you know, and I don't know what you're doing. I don't trust you. We haven't built any kind of trust. So I think things would change if, like, we were in a relationship.
Well, why can't we be now?
Because it's gotten so bad that now, like, my feelings for you have just, like, started to go away. Like, I wanted to be in a relationship 3 months ago. Like, I would have been like, yes, like, let's get in a relationship. But, you know, it's gotten so bad, and I feel like I don't want to try and change you anymore to do the things that I expect. Like, someone's going to love you for that, and, you know, you're going to find somebody that loves those things about you, but I have higher expectations, and I don't want to try to keep changing you. Like, I think it's just time to move on and know that, like, we're not meant for each other, and, you know, there's nothing, like, I don't want to go back to what we were. Like, there's no going back.
But I did a lot for you. Like, I'm ready now. Why can't we start from here?
It's not fair. I told you a year ago how I felt. Like, a year ago, I came to you and said, you know, I don't appreciate the fact that you don't kiss me in public, and you don't hold my hand, and you don't want to call me your girlfriend to your friends or introduce me as your girlfriend. And I told you this a long time ago, and I stuck it out for a whole another year. And it's not fair for you to finally say, I'm ready to change, when I'm done. Like, I gave you chances, and I gave you lots of chances, and it's just time for me to move on.
And we're going to stop the role play right there, because that was a very powerful statement. It is time to move on. Did you find that helpful at all?
Yeah, I did. I think that it's nice to talk to somebody who doesn't, like, argue back. You know, like, those questions, I've heard those questions before, like, from him, but it's nice that, I can just, like, speak my mind and somebody's listening and it's not him just, like, shaking his head and being rude and stuff.
Good, we'll have it for other opportunities as well. It seems like you have trouble communicating with him because he retaliates and he's not listening. Or he's hearing you, but he's not listening.
Mm-hmm.
So, something you could do is, if you ever talk to him again, look at your goals and, tell him that you're going to focus on yourself, that you are the main priority before anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And, next time he does something wrong, like, you tell him then and there, not, that night or a few days later. So that's just goals to focus on. Are you doing okay, though?
Yeah. I'm doing a lot better.
Well, next time we can either do some more role playing or we could do other strategies, not just behavioral, but we could do, go into your psychodynamic or other areas. But yeah, I definitely want to continue doing this.
I do too.
Good.
Enjoy it.
Good to hear. All right, well, I hope you get out okay.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye.